What's up, everybody? It's your main man Bennett back here and again, and welcome back to the Not Your Mama's Fantasy Football League Volume 4. And why don't we just get into these rankings, if you don't mind? We'll run this little intro and we'll get right to it. So, how about a little sasai? Sasai! Okay, well, thank you for joining me again this week and last week and probably next week. We're going to get right on these rankings. We're going to just cut to the chase. 12th place team is the Chateau St. Bargles Winery. Why? Didn't do very good. Based on my notes here, it was not a very good week for the commish. That's me. So Tannehill or Jameis Winston, they're both bad. I really have no notes for my team. When Chris Carson is your best player, you are going to have a bad time. So, moving right along to the 11th place team. 11th place team in these here rankings is Master Cook. That's right, Allen's team unfortunately is 0-2. They scored 78.16 points. Not off to the best start, not off to the start that Allen had been hoping for, I imagine, but it's mainly because Alvin Kamara has kind of been underperforming here, as has A.J. Brown. Both guys have severely underperformed. I don't think that'll be the case all season, so I do see Allen, his stock improving. He will need it this week against Oside Veda Go if he wants to get his first win of the season. We move along to the 10th place team. The 10th place team in these year rankings is StoleDaMike from Terry Swift. That's right. It's Big T. Big T. Coming through. Also off to a little bit of a rocky start. But I see a lot of talent. I see a ton of talent on Tanner's team. Zeke, Scary Terry, Michael Pittman, Joe Mixon. These guys are going to figure it out. They're going to improve over time. Their floor, we're looking at it right now. And we're going to see improvement. You got to just believe me. Got to trust me. You trust the guy in last place. Next, we have, of course, the 9th place team. The 9th place team in these here rankings is Grand Salami Time. That's right. Katie's team coming in at 9th place. I think that Katie's team is the best team of the losing teams, of the 0-2 teams. I think that, putting up 129 points would have beat a lot of people this week. That's usually enough points to win in this league. But unfortunately, Katie played against the second best team this week. Is what it is. You win, you lose, you get to. So I did want to mention, a little birdie told me that went tweet that 2 weeks in a row, Rob Gronkowski has averaged 21.5 points. And you know who has benefited from that? Nobody. Katie has him on her bench in favor of George Kittle. Now, I'll say again, that flex position, if you want to do Kittle and Gronk, I think I would. Again, last place team, grain of sand or salt. We move on to the 8th place team in these here rankings, and that is Team Robs. My brother, it's been a tough week. What can we say? Don't want to be too morose. Life goes on. It is fantasy football after all, and isn't there more to life? I mean, I don't know what it is. Joe Burrow, Calvin Ridley. Outside of that, not much to see here, but I believe strongly that people like Saquon, Allen Robinson, and Kareem Hunt will improve, and they will need to improve as he takes on Grand Salami Time, and we have ourselves a family affair. Who will win? Gonna have to stay tuned. We move to the 7th place team. The 7th, lucky number 7, is the Bongtown Herbologists. Okay? I don't have my sound effects. I did sound effects last year. I'm using I'm using Premiere now instead of iMovie, so I don't have all these cool like zwell. So I'm just gonna do it, and we'll see what happens. So the Bongtown Herbologists, they they got slugged this week by Darren's team. Big D came, and we'll get more on that later. But Dak Prescott scored less than 8 points. How often is that going to happen, right? Guys like DK and Dalvin, their numbers are going to improve. Kind of have to. Because the Vikings and the Seahawks, I am just so upset with right now. They're just like, they're whatever. They're a whatever sandwich with mayonnaise. Man, what a week. Okay, sixth place team. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Is Team Diaper Funds. That's right. Team Diaper Funds, champion of last year, Corey Souza. He had himself a day. Got the victory over Katie. Scored the second most points. Derrick Henry and Cooper Kupp combined for 66 points. Pretty sweet time. I root for Corey. I think although he's the champion, he's the reigning defending champion of the league. And right now he's right kind of middle of the pack. And I don't think he likes it. I think he likes to be at the tippy the top. I don't think he has diapers to buy anymore. But he would still like to buy some sort of action figure or perhaps a water toy. Beyond that, he's taking on Ben, neighbor Ben, under the steps Boogeyman. And that is going to be neighbors doing some neighborly neighboring, back and forth, just screaming across, "Hey, yo, Tony!" Doing some of that. And good luck to both of you, or neither of you, whichever wins best. We move on to the fifth place team, and the fifth place team in these here rankings is O-Side Veda. That's right. Darren's making a big jump here, up 6 spots. The biggest leap of anybody in these here rankings for this week. Up 6 spots. He's 1-1, but he might be 1-1 in the books, but he's number 1 in your hearts, right? Isn't that something like that? My notes here: Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones, Tyler Lockett. Those 3 guys combined for, you guessed it, 100 points. Whoa. He annihilated Andrew's team by a margin of 88.7 points. You can win a week with 88.7 points sometimes. He beat him by 88.7 points. So, on top of that, I will say one other thing. Zach Ertz and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 2 guys that he did start, they combined for like 3 points. So there was room, I think, for Darren to score even more. At the end of the year, we do a breakdown of teams that scored the most points every week, or least points, or biggest margins. And I think this is already a contender for, maybe biggest point victory margin. Most points scored maybe all year might be 159. Who knows? Anyway, let's move on to the fourth place team. Fourth place team in these rankings is... Boy. Michael's not going to like this. I feel bad. Michael won. He's 2-0. He's 4th place. He was 2nd place last week. He's 4th place this week. He's down 2 spots. He's got Christian McCaffrey, Patrick Mahomes. Maybe that's the combo wombo that'll take him all the way to the championship. But of the 2-0 teams, Michael's overall point output, not just this week, but also combined with last week, it's pretty dissimilar from the other teams. Some of the other teams have done better. Also, Michael's drafted guys, and they're gone. Guys like a Josh Jacobs, I don't know what his deal is, and a Raheem Mostert, what was he going to do anyway, right? But, it's still so early. I know Michael just hates being anything but a winner. You're 2-0. These rankings are fictitious. They're fictitious. So, this week, make sure you prepare extra hard. You're going up to wine country, I believe. You're going for a wine tasting. That's nice. Going for a wine tasting at the Chateau St. Bargos Winery. And my note here says that you will undoubtedly win, but I implore you to destroy my team this week in such a way that it makes me temporarily uninstall the app. That's your challenge this week. Don't just win. Anybody can beat my team by 1 or 100 points. Anybody can do that. but can you make me uninstall the app? That's what I think you can. I think you can. High praise. 10 minutes in. Moving on. Third place team in these here rankings is Kicking It with Younghoe. That's right. Samuel's team is in third place. He's 2-0, 2 weeks, 2 wins, averaging 112 points thus far. That's not a crazy amount of wins, but it's about, or a crazy amount of points, but that's a win. Tom Brady doing his thing. Devontae Adams is going to start catching more touchdowns. Is this just dumb luck? No, I don't think so. I really like Samuel's team. I wish it was my team. And he is going to need all of his strength, all of his skill, all of his wily wilds, cunning, and other adjectives and synonyms for this, for what I'm describing, because he is taking on the Fancy Lads this week, and that is a battle of the unbeatens. It's a battle of the unbeatens. Only one can win. Things about to get heated. We're going to move on to the second place team in these year rankings is Under the Steps Boogeyman. Ben, second place, moving up 2 spots, I believe, to the second place. And to the victory goes the spoils. You beat me by an unnecessary margin of about 50 points. Russell Wilson, sky's the limit for Najee Harris, Deebo Samuel, and the Bucs defense, and of course Stephon Diggs. Good luck this week against Corey. Think you'll need it. Extra points if I, in my house, can hear you yelling at him. That's what being neighbors is for. And we're going to move on to the number one team. The number one team in these here rankings is the Fancy Lads. Yes. How about one of these? That's right. Fancy Lads, Whitney's team. Whitdo back here and again, though. What can we say? Won by about 55 points. Kyler Murray, an MVP candidate after 2 weeks. Do you believe it? Me neither. But he's going to keep just... When he just runs around and he just chucks it, and someone's up there. Someone's going to catch it. You know what? Christian Kirk is going to catch it. DeAndre Hopkins is going to catch it. AJ Green's going to catch it. Or the other guy that's pretty good, the Rondale Moore, he's going to catch it. All 4 of those guys are like, what? They're pretty damn good. Also, he's got Travis Kelce. Don't forget about that. So, Whitney's the team to beat. He's 2-0. He's got the world by the proverbial balls. And that's all I got. That's the rankings for this week. Top 12. Congratulations to some. I'm sorry to some. And you need to step it up. Whoever's at the bottom, you need to step it up. That's all I got. And of course, go hard.